Holy shit, it actually had a commercial first.
Mediacom.
Nothing gives you more than Domino's $6.99 pizzas, especially burgers. Wait, go back. Ah, that's better.
Mediacom.
What's going on?
Nothing gives you more than Domino's $6.99 pizzas, especially burgers.
I don't know
Wait,
what the
go
fuck's
back.
going on. Are you hearing some commercials or some shit? It's a second ago, I had commercials coming through my phone. I don't understand why. But I'm good, man. How are you? Yeah, I don't understand it. The live was going, and I know it played because it's going to be monetized. First monetized live. See how long it takes to get that taken away. But yeah, it came on, and there was commercials playing, and I don't know what the fuck that's all about. But I'm good, man. How are you, Abu? It's good to see you here. Oh God, I know. We're waiting. Actually, Raw Doggin, you just missed it. All the moisture was here, and like 5 seconds before you clicked in, it was out. Good to see you. I kind of mainly moved to Instagram recently, so I have an Instagram channel. Check me out there. I turned my Rumble back on too, but the Instagram is the same handle as this FE Ordnance. Scoot, how are you doing? I appreciate you, man. Thank you very much. That goes right into ammunition for the kids. So what do you guys think of that new camera? You like that new camera view, that 360? So Scoot, how are you? How's life on the West Coast treating you? Are you staying cool, staying busy? Getting out doing some shooting? I imagine you're probably on the road right now. Right on. I will. Do you have the same name on Instagram? Yeah. No. On the channel, the shorts we've been doing them with the InstaPro 360. So it's all first person view. All I think that's what they call it, right? First person view. So rather than seeing me or anything else, you see arms and guns on competition courses of fire. Ultra Fire, how are you doing, man? Glad you're here. We'll click that here. If you subbed, as my phone's doing stupid shit now, if you subbed, we'll be able to find you. I should have left the camera alone. Now it's all fucking goofy. I apologize. I have a camera we picked up, so I don't know when we're going to start it, but we'll start doing lives through a different camera too. Right now it's still the phone, but we have a camera we picked up for doing lives. More things coming. Nobody built it all at once. So Big O, what's going on? Oh man, I've been busy, didn't see that. I'll keep a lookout. Yeah, check it out. It's a different view. We've had that InstaPro for a little while, and I was just kind of waiting to start publishing with it. Yeah, no Barrett here today. I haven't put it back together since we went shooting with it. We took Brookside Farms out. He lives south of us 45 minutes or whatever, and I met him out at the range 2 weeks ago now, 3 weeks ago, and I let him shoot it. He's got some video posted on his channel with it. How hard is it to shoot a revolver? It's not hard. Any firearm, once you learn the proper way to hold it, and align the sights, and work with the trigger, nothing's hard. It takes practice. You gotta practice.
Maybe he's talking for like competition. You were just talking about that.
I don't know. Oh, by the way, I'll be going back to Australia September 3rd through October 10th. I'll be in the Outback, so well, stay safe, man. Are you going home to see family, or? What do I think of the Smith & Wesson 5.7? I have no thoughts on that. I haven't seen one, I haven't handled one, I haven't shot one. I don't know anybody with one. You gotta go. Yeah, man. I appreciate you stopping. Thank you for that. That'll be good, Scoot. They're in their winter right now, right? Southern Hemisphere, we're in summer, they're in winter.
Yeah.
So what is the weather there this time of year? Yeah, man, you take care. I'm glad to see you. I'll catch you on Instagram. Scoot donated 5.
Yeah.
Way solid. Emeralds, how are you doing? I appreciate you stopping in. Have you checked out the new Smith & Wesson 22 long rifle? I can't say I have. I'm familiar with their 1522. Pull it up, Gage, just see what they got. I'm currently working, changing oil on the forklifts. See you soon. All right, man. Stay safe. Don't get squished on that stuff. Hey, you didn't check the mail, did you?
She did. Nothing here.
I have parts that are supposed to show up today. We're working on a little side project going on. So if it shows up, we'll pause the live and I'll throw the parts up on the table so you can see it. Brake Light Ben, how are you doing, Ben? How's your day going? Oh, I know, dude. Everybody's moist. Moisture is a thing. He sounds like he's got fluid in his ear. Double tap the like, absolutely. Pin that. Chelman, how are you doing? Appreciate you being here. Mike, same with you. I appreciate you stopping in. Man, the camera's taking a beating today. I appreciate it. I guess I didn't secure the camera very good today. Usually we do better. No, Mike, that's actually a Girsan MC Deluxe. I do have a Beretta. It's in the safe. I have a 92 FS. We put that one out because it's shiny. You know, that's the truth of it. It's just shiny. It looks cool. Feel free, man. I don't know what you're going to tell them, but feel free to call. My favorite Mark IV would probably be the Volkorstern Black Mamba. That's built on a 2245 Mark IV frame. Which one did John Wick use? I don't think he used any of them. My buddy gifted me a new Pew Pew today. Can't wait to take the range. What did you get? Did you pull up this Smith & Wesson 22?
It's John too.
Cheap G-force, but still make fat shoddy as a win. Yeah, if it works. I think a lot of people say they work for a second. Once you start really getting the round count through them, they kind of beat themselves apart. But that's how that works. Guy 45, that is a 9mm. Man-child guns. Sure. You got me. Oh boy. If you guys haven't, be sure to double tap that screen. Try to run these likes up a little bit. My opinion is pretty simple. I haven't cared for their product since almost the beginning. It's had issues, and since the beginning, I've been saying it's a bad design. So what's happened just speaks volumes about the company and management, and it's a shame. I guarantee the guys on the floor that are assembling them pistols want to do a good job. They want to put out a product that people can trust their lives on and their loved ones' lives on. But you know, sometimes people gotta admit you made a mistake and something went wrong. But I think a lot of SIG products are good. But one bad apple in a bunch spoils everything, you know. There's no getting away from the 320 drama. That's on them. They're gonna wear that the rest of their life like a scarlet letter, and it's probably gonna cost them the company or close to. I don't know which revolver. One is 357, one's 22 long rifle. So I'm not sure which one you're asking about, Kurt. No, they're not drop testing them. So everything has, you know, production, they have quality standards and quality specs and quality checks. It's a ISO 9001 company, so 1 out of 100 may be getting checked. So, well, there's a little one right at the bottom underneath the purple 22. You probably missed that one. Yeah, Evis, how are you doing? Appreciate you stopping in. Double tap that screen. Consider subscribing to the channel. If you guys, do you guys play video games? Do you like video games? Oh, the chat blocks it. My bad. I had the camera at a little bit more of an angle and my kid bumped it, so gotta be real careful touching cameras and shit on lives. One of 100. Yeah, I don't know what their actual quality process is. So if it's 1 out of 100 or if it's 1 out of 500, I really don't know. Well, TD, if you guys like firearms and you like first-person shooter games, go to the channel. You see most of these being shot in first-person view. So what kind of video games do you guys play? I'm just curious. So do you, Ben, if you're still here, you already got that shotgun, or you go shoot it yet? Metal Gear Solid, Fallout, GTA. So yeah, there's a good one that I'm familiar with. GTA, you know, everything's in that first-person POV view. We've been putting out videos like that, so there's some cool ones in there. TD, you already said that, didn't you? Yeah. I'm sorry, bud. None of them are fake. They're all real. You just bought a Remington 870. A brand new one, or a new to you but old? Is that 870 Express Magnum? So it's got a heavy duty receiver, or is it just a standard receiver? Waiting for a remake of Metal Gear Solid to come out. There you go. How much was it? Copper, they're all real. If you want to see them being shot, go to the channel. There's first person views of them on the range. Heavy duty police model. So you got the Express. Really? That much? It's I mean Canadian money, right? Not pesos. Empathetic veteran, how are you doing? I appreciate you stopping in. Guys, be sure to double tap that screen. I tend to forget to tell people to do that, so double tap and subscribe. It helps the channel. It helps stick the middle finger to YouTube. It helps us make money. So when we make money, we go shoot guns. Just got a Taurus TX22 Tactical, highly recommended. There you go. I know a few people that have them. I haven't personally shot one, but I do know a couple people that have them. So the red and black 22 that's below it is a tandem cross. They sent us that. So that has a tandem cross bolt. The black Mamba obviously has the Volquartsen bolt. The purple 22 has a Ruger bolt. The black Mamba bolt is significantly better than the rest. It's butter smooth. It has a better fit. It's tighter. It's feels like it's tighter. It's not sloppy in any way. It's smooth, super easy to clean, and it's 100% reliable. TD, the green, I'm not sure. Oh, the Camel Glock. I've had that a long time. It's a Gen 3. I bought it brand new, I think in 2002. The Mac 10, it's a Mac 11 actually. That's 9mm. It's semi-auto. Are you Tex manages? Are you asking me if I'm related to George Floyd? Because no, I'm not. So the camo on that I did at my shop when I still had my shop. That was actually like the third time I had refinished the gun. No, if you're asking me if I'm related to George Floyd, absolutely not. I am the wrong ethnicity. Yeah, that's fine. Did I say anything bad? I just said I'm the wrong ethnicity. Which one's my favorite of all them? It kind of depends what I'm doing with it. So, like for competition use, I like the gun on the very top with the red optic mount. That's my CZ Checkmate. That's a blast to shoot for competition. As far as 22s go, I like the Black Mamba. It's a really nice gun to shoot. My 45 up there probably has the most sentimental value. So. Okay, Josh. 45 like the Para Warthog. There you go. I have the Texas Rangers P320. Well, give it back to them. They might need it. Is the Ingram a shotgun or Is it a closed bolt? It's closed bolt. So that 1911, the work that you see on it, I actually did when I was in school. So all the machining, I did the front cock insertions, I milled out the slide for the iron sights, I remilled the grip safety area to accept that grip safety, I did all the trigger work, I fit the barrel, blah 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 blah. But that was a class project when I was in tech school. When you finish the paint on the Glock, do you have to be careful not to hurt the reliability such? So it was a coated. I mean, technically it's a paint, but it's a coated, and you do have to be careful. But like I said, I did it professionally, so that was something I did in my shop. The Desert Eagle right now is chambered in 44 Magnum, but we have both barrels. Mega Tim, you can't say you're being ignored when your shit just popped up, but you can be needy, man. It's all right. Maybe Tim, if he was a cop, he wouldn't ignore you. No, you're probably right. I wouldn't. Yeah, I mean, clearly I'm ignoring everybody, right? So, hi, I'm Peter from South Africa, and I got my firearm license for my Gersan. Yavez 16 9mm parabellum pistol. There you go. Congratulations. Sorry, Tex, you're too black to view the stream. You will be arrested in 24 hours. That's, I mean, it's a possibility. Anything's possible. Them joints look stiff. Okay, I'm not sure what that means, but the live is going to be very moist. No, that's a 6-shot 357, so it's just a GP 100. Yeah, so we shoot a bunch of different pistol games, action pistol games. So Steel Challenge, USPSA, PCSL, IDPA, and you throw in some outlaw matches. So that's the majority of what we do. Obviously, you know, the Desert Eagle, Mac 11, and you know, the little Mini 22, we don't use them for that. They're just toys. You can troll. I'm not. If I were offended, I'd kick you off. But you haven't crossed any lines with me. As long as whoever you're engaging with takes it as a joke, which I'm taking it as a joke, right? I'm not offended. As long as they take it as a joke, man, fucking troll away. Be a man, you know. I'm not politically correct. I'm not all about censoring. The more offbeat the joke, generally the better it is. Twisty Gun Shows, how are you doing, man? How's life in the north? Brought your umbrella for the moisture? Oh man, rubbish! You just missed all the moisture. It was so moist in here. We should all meet up and go out like Denzel in Training Day. No, I think I could probably pass on that. Not a fan of the Camel, but most of the guns are fire. Oh, that's all right. So, when I did that is when the U.S. adopted digital Camel, and that was actually, I did that gun as a test pilot. I had a paintball team that I used to do their equipment every year. I Duracoated it, and they brought new jerseys, and it was real close to what that looks like, the color-wise. So I was trying to color match it and get it right before I did, you know, a couple $1,000s worth of paintball shit. Okay, Drew, how are you doing? Probably said that wrong, but regardless, how are you doing? I see you. So, like always, if you guys would, man, double tap that screen, put some likes on the live. That's a big middle finger to the overlords. As an African, the Golden Glock with a switch is my favorite. I could see that. I mean, it kind of makes sense. Throw this stuff away. Maybe so kind, grab me a soda, check the mail. I'm hoping them parts show up. They're out for delivery. Warlord vibes, absolutely. Today we take a small province. Tomorrow we take the whole world. But Rubbish, how are you doing, man? I don't think I asked you how you're doing today. I do want to say, Rubbish, since you're here, same with Twisty and Big O and everybody else, but dude, I really appreciate your support, man. I really enjoy opening the comments and seeing you in there. It's nice having people that actually engage. So I did post, I don't know if you saw it, I did post that video of Gage in the first person view. So he's got other stuff on there, like there's a video we did with him and the Golden Boy, and then he's got one with the Tactical Sport Orange on a plate rack. But I mean, if you're not looking for the tattoos, you wouldn't realize it wasn't me. Which gun would you bring to a fight? Probably the Glock 17. That's a fighting gun. Yeah. So, you know, sometimes a lot of times I'll repost a video 2 or 3 times over a course of a period just to try and make sure you're getting the value out of the video. Sometimes you'll post a video twice and it'll go nowhere. The third time you post it, it'll take off. So I usually try to post everything 3 times. If it didn't do anything on any one of them 3 times, the video is dead. That footage is gone. But so sometimes, I mean, I'm sure you notice sometimes you'll see stuff 2 or 3 times, be it a different audio clip or a different whatever, but a little bit different. That guy, I'm good, man. How are you doing? Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate you. I'm just chilling, cleaning guns, watching the stream. That's all right. So I don't know what you use for lubricant. I mean, lubricant's an important, manly decision, but if you've never used Shooter's Choice multi-purpose grease, that's probably the best product on the market. Absolutely. Yeah, the other channel is FE Ordnance-15. So if you guys YouTube Twisty Gun, I'll pay attention to this. If you guys are doing YouTube and you only have one channel, you should fire up a second channel, and you should absolutely use that channel. You never know which one of the 2 channels will do better. And sometimes one channel will get a strike and that'll kill that channel. I mean, for months and months and months, and all of a sudden, next thing you know, your other channel will take off. So always have a backup channel. Always post content on 2 channels, so if something happens, if you're posting questionable content, like, is this okay? Post it on your smaller channel first, and if it gets a strike, you don't lose your main channel. I'm alright, man. Tomorrow picking up the SAR B6 to see how it is. I've heard it's great budget, CZ75, so I'm going to try it out. Yeah, they're obviously not a CZ, but real similar ergonomics, similar few. We have seen a few people shooting them. So, trade you a P38 for your Tech 9? Deal, I'm in. What year P38? If I told you what I paid for that Mac 11, you would probably, well, you wouldn't like it. I got it pretty cheap. I've had that a long time too. I mean, you're talking probably 25 years I've had that gun. Only thing we ever do with it, I'll be straight up, the only thing we ever do with it is we'll take it out a few times a year and we'll bump fire it. That's it. I don't aim at targets. I aim at the general direction of a backstop and we bump fire it. Do them people who use the SAR like it? Yeah, they seem to. I've never heard anybody say anything negative about it. I mean, they're not quite as refined as some of the higher end CZs, but they're good guns. They're balanced nice. They run nice. They're reliable. You know, it's not a bad option. You know, I can't think of one time ever seen anybody have a malfunction with one. You know, now could they be having malfunctions? Absolutely. Could they just have figured out what ammunition to be using? Sure, but They seem to run. Nice to teach everyone in your neighborhood how to use one. I'm not teaching people in my neighborhood how to use one, but people should know how to use a firearm. I will agree with that part of it. You know, I know the neighbors, but I'm not friends with my neighbors. They're neighbors, right? They need something, they can ask me. Something's happened on their property, I'll tell them, you know. But I don't want to be up in my neighbor's business. I'm getting it new for $40, so try and cover my edges with it and prepare myself for tomorrow. There you go. That'll work. Are these for stray cats? Well, how else are you going to harvest the pelts? I mean, yeah, they smoke dope, man. I wasn't going to say that, but yeah, they're potheads. It's not so bad unless the windows are open. I mean, I'm not a fan of sitting in my house smelling neighbors smoke, you know, their dope smell. Especially with kids, right? I don't need my kids smelling my neighbor's pot. But whatever. I mean, each their own. Could be worse. They could be fucking meth heads or, you know, heroin addicts or something. It could definitely be worse. You know. You're smoking barrels or they're smoking pipes, yeah. Yeah, like I said, good neighbors are just that. You know, good fences make for good neighbors. You know, I know people that, you know, they're best friends with their neighbors. They walk in and out of each other's house like they own their house and shit. I wouldn't want to be that close with my neighbor. You know, there's times I don't want to be bothered. I come home, I want to be left alone. I don't need my neighbor going, oh, dude's home, let's go hang out, let's drink some beer, you know. They are the tweaker potheads. So, I mean, clearly I know they smoke pot because I can smell it. But there's some times that I question if they're not doing some fucking other shit because, like, I've watched them walk in and out of their house and mow a foot of their grass, look around, go back in their house, come back out, mow another foot of grass, go back. So, I can't say for sure they are or they aren't, but kind of read between the lines there. Yeah, I like you said, I like to keep to my own, you know. It's just easier that way, man. You don't need neighbors in your bullshit. You don't need neighbors, you know, all up in your business. It complicates things. It just complicates shit. So Rubbish, what's big for the weekend? You got plans yet for the weekend? Oh, dude, if they're a hot single mom, I'm all about helping them out. But they're not hot single moms. The one is a single mom, but she's got like 12 people living with her. She got 5 different kids with 5 different people, 5 different ethnicities, and 12 other people living with her. So, I mean, you gotta even be careful jerking around a woman like that because I'm jerking off in my house, the fan catches it, the next thing you know she's pregnant. Clearly she's fertile. Oliviera, I think that's how you say your name. Hi, how are you doing? Appreciate you stopping in. Creighton, do you have a hunting rifle? I do. I have a 300 Winchester Short Magnum. I don't hunt anymore. I'm not going to tell you I still hunt, but my deer rifle's a 300 Winchester Short Magnum. I think I locked myself out of my house. Is it over for me? No, because your cell phone's still working. Do I have an Uzi? No, I do not have an Uzi. What's that about fertile? The neighbor lady, I think she's a fertile myrtle. Yeah, you got to be careful which way you jerk off because you got a fertile neighbor. You don't want it to like cross-pollinate across the driveway. You know, you got to be careful. J-Dog, what's going on with you? How are you doing? Does a Mac 11 feel like a 2x4 when holding it? Or is it more ergonomic than others? Nope. It feels every bit of like a 2x4. There's nothing ergonomic or comfortable about it. It's got some of the worst trigger slap you'll ever feel on a firearm. But do I have a Desert Eagle? Look all the way up at the top of the screen on the right hand side. You will see a Desert Eagle. Hit the fan and she's turning. Yeah, you got to be careful, man. The Mac 11 is a Cobra Mac 11, real deal. I've had it for a long time. What is trigger slap? So trigger slap is when a bolt blows back, or a bolt reciprocates back against a trigger group, usually the hammer, with a lot of force, and it forcefully resets the trigger with enough force that it actually kind of hurts. Now, for bump firing, that's what you want. For enjoying the gun, enjoying shooting it, that's absolutely not what you want. I have shotguns, yep. I got a Sega 12, I got a Benelli, I got a TAC 14, I have Browning Silver Medallion, I have a KSG 12. What else we got? Oh, we got something else. Oh, we got the was it Escort or something? The 20 gauge?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a handful of shotguns. Considering buying an MPA Mac 11 just because I'm not buying true Macs, as they're dumb expensive. The only Mac I can afford is Big Mac. I hear you. I hear you. Where do you get one of these abortion kits? Easy. If you need a home abortion kit, all you got to do is go to your parents' closet, open it up, move the the Carhartt pants and the denim jackets to the side, and you'll find yourself some wire coat hangers. That's a home DIY project right there. Do you have a sheriff gun? I'm not sure what a sheriff gun is. The one on at the first row is a 1911 Cobra. I don't know what a 1911 Cobra is. The gun on the left-hand side is a 1911. So it was good, man. I had a great day. I shot phenomenal. I had a great match. Gage, he was successful. He didn't get disqualified. My daughter, she drove the struggle bus. She was the captain of the struggle bus that day. I feel bad. Is the third gun on the right? The third gun on the right is a Ruger GP100. It's stainless steel. It's just a .357 Magnum revolver. So, but yeah, it was a good day, man. It got hot. We were done. Thankfully, we were done by noon. We started at 9. We were done by noon. We were back to town by 1. You've been looking at revolvers. What ones should I get? It depends on what caliber you want. So there's a lot of great ones. If you're into the single actions, and you're not trying to spend $3,000, a Ruger is a good choice. The Bertes is a good choice. If you're looking for a modern revolver, the Smith & Wesson 626, the Python, the Colt Pythons, the Colt Cobras, the Colt Anaconda, or the Colt, King Cobra. Them are great guns. Them will hold their value. Yeah, where do I climb on? Yeah, I felt bad, man. So I think my average hit factor on Sunday was right around 7 to 8. About where I was on hit factors?
7, yeah.
Yeah, between 7 and 8. So I didn't win the match, but I had a good match. I shot very, very, very consistent on every stage except the one that mattered, which was the classifier. I fucked that stage up. It was a good run. I have video of Gage running it, so you can see what the classifier is. But I clipped a no shoot right on the top, and I was mad, so I saw it when I was done, and I unloaded the gun. I had 1 round left in it, and I shot that fucking no-shoot dead center. I was pissed. Like, we'll make it count. I already fucked up the stage. We'll make it count. Usually you don't want to do that. You know, you just eat your points, but I was kind of mad at myself. I shot low, you know, and I clipped the very top of the no-shoot. I fired an extra round, so I had my 2 rounds on target. And when I looked at it, I'm like, God damn it, and whatever. But that was my worst stage of the day, and out of 50, I think I came 38. Overall, end of the day, I had like 12th place, 13th place. But that's with a real shitty finish. But I shot real consistent all day. I ran the stages well. I had 1 mic. Yeah, it's whatever. I mean, it would have been a high A classifier. So, I mean, nothing to shake your head at. It was a good run. It looked good, but you know, Jesus, you're looking for a clock. Well, did you look under your bed? That's usually where I look first when I can't find them. Yeah, but like I said, it was a good match. It was clean. I had 1 mic, and that was my own fault. I had 1 target that I came into a port. I double tapped it. Both shots were C-zone. So I took 2 more shots at it, which were both alpha. I engaged the target at, I think it was about 20, 25-ish yards. Double alpha on that. Engaged the second target next to it. 1 alpha and a click. So had I not fired, and it was a 27 or 28 stage match, or stage. So I Barney loaded it, so I had 30 in the gun. It was 28 rounds, and I fired 2 extra rounds. I think I fired 1 extra somewhere in there, so I was a round short. So had I thought about that when I saw them 2 Charlies, I maybe would have made up 1 Charlie, you know, picked up an alpha, but realistically, I'd have probably just left it. But I was right there, and kind of irritated me. So I came into the port, I shot on the move, and I double tapped it. Just my timing was just a little bit off. Haha, in California you can't get one of these. Jesus, what can you get in California? Jesus, what can you get in California?
Yeah.
But yeah, Gage, he made up a lot of shots. He had a lot of Charlies and Deltas, and he would engage them a second time, so he'd shoot 2 more rounds at the target. And sometimes he'd pick up alphas, sometimes he wouldn't, but he was spending the time re-engaging targets. I think he was averaging between 3 and 4 hit factor throughout the day, so it was okay. I've seen him do better, I've seen him do worse. Impressive dude, but isn't it best sometimes to take the click? Yeah, it is. It is usually better to take the hit. And the only reason I fired again at that target was because I was still on the move into the transition. So I came into it as I'm coming into the port. I saw the hits. I leaned over. I took 2 more shots that were fast. But I should have left it, you know. And just like I was just saying about Gage, is usually the point you pick up cost you more in time. Just to acknowledge the fact that, oh, that was a bad shot, re-engage it. You just lost a second, you know, half second at best, 3/4 of a second. I saw some videos you'd start turning and looking away before getting your second shot off. Yep, absolutely I would. You know, you've popped that first shot, you let the gun settle back down, and you're already starting to move. And bam, 2 alphas. So you gotta move. You can't stay there. You know, that's the thing with USPSA, and I was talking with a guy about this. About 70% of USPSA is the movement in and out of positions and transitions. It's not the actual shooting. That's only about 20% of the game is the actual shoot. The game is about movement and transition. And I'm old and fat, dude. I don't move like a 20-year-old, right? But I still get it done sometimes. So you gotta stay moving. You gotta shoot on the move. And I spent a little more time than I should have confirming my dot, making sure I was where I wanted to be. I changed it before I went to this match. I had a 10 MOA dot in my gun, and I liked it because it was fast to see, but it was costing me a lot of Charlies because the dot, I mean, especially at distance, was as big as the target damn near. So I switched back to a 6 MOA dot. So it would take me just a little bit longer to have that dot exactly where I wanted it. Yep, 10 MOA. So see a lot of people, like, they'll talk about a 2 or 3 MOA dot, and if that works for you and it works for finding it fast in weird positions, that's great, but it doesn't work for me. Oh, they're airsoft. Eduardo, yeah, 100% airsoft. They shoot, most of them shoot that 9mm airsoft BB. One of them shoots a 45 airsoft BB, one shoots a 44 airsoft BB. But yeah, I thought so. Laughed my ass off. I got a 2.5 MOA on my daily. Yeah, I mean, you can definitely shoot more precise with a smaller dot. I mean, there's no dispute with that, right? But it's not faster. So the idea of shooting fast is to see things fast. The quicker you pick up a dot, the easier it is. You know. Sometimes you start in real weird positions, and you're not starting with the perfect stance, the perfect grip. So it helps to have a bigger dot to see it. For Steel Challenge, I like the big dot. At 45 yards, that 10 MOA dot is about the same size as the steel plates on Steel Challenge. So as long as that dot center on the target, I get a hit. No, I got a Seymour on my open gun. Both my open guns have a Seymour. Gage's gun, he has a Vortex Defender ST on it. I have a Glock 19 Gen 3 BB gun, no non-blowback. There you go. So I'm not the guy to ask about like red dots and stuff. I don't have a lot of experience with them. I'm old school, I still shoot iron sights. I shoot them okay. I do see the benefits for a red dot. I do. I don't know if I would put one on a carry gun, but they're a force enhancer. They're a force multiplier. They let shooters with less skill and ability be more accurate and consistent. That's fact. So, Rubbish Papa, how are you doing? Feeling a little damp? LOL. Yeah, it's a little moist. Would you ever shoot production optics? Carry optics? No. Maybe. For IDPA, I think so, because I actually have parts coming for a gun that we're putting together. Limited optics, absolutely. That's what I bought my DWX for. I just haven't bought the optic. So it looks like I'm going to have to actually buy an optic for that. So if y'all want to sponsor the channel and throw some money that way, you can help that. But I held off getting optics. I talked to the owner, and he was supposed to be sending out some dots, and we haven't gotten them. I've always been X2 faster and more accurate using my red dot, just a skills issue. Yeah, it's, if that's how you learn to shoot, it's definitely faster. For me, it's just the opposite. I've shot iron sights on pistols my whole life. It's kind of the thing. So For me personally, I think you can get a first shot off quicker on something with iron sights, because you're not looking for a dot, right? Point of aim, natural point of aim, but most people are going to be more accurate with a red dot for sure. Most people, especially when you add a little distance to it, will find red dots a lot easier to shoot consistently. So like I said, I see the benefits. Absolutely, I see the benefits. The older I get, the less good my eyes are. But my competition guns, they all have a high vis fiber optic, front sight. So front sight press, nobody, unless you're making far shots, nobody's looking for that rear sight. Your proper stance, proper grip, front sight press. So is a red dot better? Until it's not. So yeah, D-Dog does say Holosuns are the way to go. So when we go look at optics, if I saw one at a store that was like so much better than the rest, I'd own one right now. But some of the glass is a little clearer, some of it's not. I have not been able to go to a store and look at something that I've fallen in love with. That's why I haven't bought any. What I'm looking for, I don't know. I don't. I need something for the DWX. I need something for Harley's pistol. John Wakes, how are you doing, man? I appreciate you stopping in. I'm not sure. Maybe because I actually scheduled this one. I scheduled it earlier today for a 3:30 start time. That could be why you didn't get notice. I run iron and red dot. I prefer a red dot by far, but that's just me. Yeah, a lot of people do. So, like I said, I don't know if it's the right choice for a carry gun, but I haven't carried with one either, I know I've seen a lot of people show up at matches and leave early or not be able to shoot because their red dots were dead and they didn't have batteries. So I think a dot that's got an easy change battery like the Vortex does, or I think the Holosuns do, where you don't have to unmount it to change the battery, that's a good idea. Yeah, I'm doing good. It's a Monday. Monday's over. So, nothing really exciting. We'll try to get 2 lives in this week. Maybe today and Wednesday, or today and Thursday. Try to get 2 in. I think we're off this weekend. Next weekend we shoot Steel Challenge. I don't know if we're going to go shooting this weekend or not. Depends on what shows up for parts. I have parts that are supposed to be here, so we have a build on something we're doing, and we'll show it. My red dot has a shake to wake function, so battery lasts. What red dot do you have? I don't know if you said or if I asked. Put about 500 through the newest 1911 over the weekend. Had a lot of jams because I put way too much grease in it. Yeah, that'll happen, man. There is a such thing as too much. Sam Moore, I'm good, man. How are you doing? I appreciate you stopping in, saying hi. Obviously, for you guys sitting in the background, feel free to join the conversation. Double tap the screen. Consider subscribing to my channel. Consider subscribing to everybody else's channels. Loophole Delta Point. That's supposed to be a good optic. I have that Loophole hammer on my Daniel Defense that had a Delta Point Pro on top of it, and it was broke. I should have sent it in, we didn't. Clean it was a total nightmare. Yeah, man, it doesn't take much, John. Very, very little. Selectively where you apply it's the most important. I run Vortex, Bushnell, a couple other cheap ones. What Vortex optics? Like I said, Gage has that Defender ST. I've been looking at their their competition, a big old fat piece of glass. I like Vortex Optics because they're in the state of Wisconsin and they sponsor a lot of matches. So, mine's beat up. Got more scratches than my actual slide. Yeah, they take a good beating, don't they? And yours is a 2.5 MOA. Some of them we've been looking at that have the green reticle. I kind of like that. I wish I had an opportunity to go shoot one more. We shot a bunch of them at GunCon with green reticles, and I do like the way it showed up. This Vortex Crossfire. So, like I said, we were holding out for that Gideon Optics, who, I mean, they committed to sending optics to us. They flat out said they would. We got emails from them saying they would. And then nothing but crickets. And I shouldn't say that because I talked to the dude, and he made some excuses, and he said they're still coming, blah blah blah, and maybe they are, but at this point, I don't care. We've had a lot of manufacturers and vendors do that, where they'll reach out and we'll communicate with them, and they'll say, yeah, we want to send you some stuff, and we'll give them all the information, and then they ghost you. They're just gone in the wind. Some of the companies, though, they're solid as hell, and they do exactly what they say they're going to do, as any company should. If a company says we're going to do something and they don't do it, that really speaks highly of that company. You know, it speaks of their integrity and their honor. You know, so the companies that have done that, I guess I'm kind of glad I saw it, because we won't do business with them. I just put 100 rounds of 12 gauge with the TRS 125 Bushnell, and it held 0. There you go. Bushnell makes alright optics. I mean, they're budget friendly, but they make good optics. I still have Bushnells that I've bought, you know, in early 2099. Still work. Nothing wrong with them. I do have to admit the screws did back out once, so you know those screws got drawn in Loctite. Yeah. Did you use blue Loctite or red Loctite? Laughed my ass off, numb shoulder after 100 rounds of 12 gauge. Yeah, 100 rounds of 12 gauge will wake you up a little bit. It doesn't even matter if it's the light field loads or if it's slugs. You know, if you're shooting 100 slugs, you got bigger balls than I do. Blue can't commit to the red. Use purple. There you go. Yeah, you know, saying they have at work is Loctite's not glue. And I've seen a lot of people Loctite a lot of hardware together. It absolutely works as glue. For a while, anyway. What would be total use? But what kind of shooting do you do, Rubbish? I mean, clearly you know about hit factor, so you're shooting USPSA or something similar, IDPA or PCSL. Yeah, purple's a little softer than blue. Yep, John Kelly. I was just thinking that when I read the comment.
$1,976. 1,976. Figure people didn't get notifications.
Yeah, I suppose. Oh, I probably won't schedule the lives again. The view comes down pretty far, so if people weren't getting notifications, it definitely isn't the way to go. That is what it is. Glad you get it. Oh man, I get it all the time. Sometimes even willingly. Not always though. But John, how are you doing? Appreciate you coming in. I'm not competitive, just local club shoots and shit. Nothing official. Was definitely considering competing in IPSC. Yeah, IPSC's fun. IPSC's a little. Some of their rules are a little different than USPSA. USPSA was formed after IPSC, but like IPSC for major power factor, they have a 160, where USPSA is a 165, so you can run a little bit lighter load for major. They have a little different requirements with firearms. Usually, if your stuff works in USPSA, it'll work in IPSC though. They do have a different magazine restriction though, so I think theirs are like, their big sticks are 140 maybe, where USPSA is 150, I believe. Everyday carry, I'm good, man. How are you doing? What's big for today other than stopping in by me? Yeah, a lot of places, it's one or the other. IPSC is fun. One other big difference between IPSC and USPSA is the targets. So USPSA, they use silhouette targets, or they use the tuxedo targets. IPSC is exclusive tuxedo targets. And I'm not saying one's better or one's worse, but most of the matches have USPSA targets, but there's always stages that have the tuxedo target, and man, they fuck me up every time. It's a little bit different scoring. I mean, it's the same AB, Alpha Bravo Charlie, or Alpha Charlie Delta, no Bravo, sorry. But the zones are a little bit differently shaped. So, Dan, yes, they're real. Are those really guns? Yes, those are really guns. I'm good. I like that revolver. No, it's a GP100. It's 357 38 special. So it's nothing fancy. It's just a good shooting gun. I've had it for a while. Obviously, I bought it new. I've had a bunch of 6-inch versions of that gun, and every time I buy a 6-inch version, I end up getting rid of it. The 4-inch is perfect. That's a good shooting gun, good size gun. Are those real guns? Or yeah, they're real. I already answered that. Reaper, how are you doing, man? Appreciate you stopping in, saying hi. Yeah, I like GP100s. I like Smith and Wessons too. I don't know. I buy other things. Dude, 4 inches is more than you need. I mean, if you can't pleasure a woman with a half an inch, then you're doing something wrong. None of them can handle. They all say they want more than 4 inches, and then they complain. It hurts. I can't walk. Are you done yet? Hurry up and finish. Yeah. But yeah, on Sunday, that was actually the 2-year anniversary for this channel being started. I don't know if you guys saw them stats. I know most of you responded, but kind of interesting. Long journey to get monetized. Long journey. If we did it again, I would do things a lot differently. But like, when I first looked at the ways to get monetized and I saw, 10 million short views, I'm like, that'll be easy. No, it's not easy. The watch hours, the 4,000 watch hours, once you start being able to do lives, that's pretty obtainable in a short period of time. Yeah, 13 million. Hold on, Gage, pull it up. He'll pull up the stats. I don't think it updated 'Cause it doesn't. It says it updates daily, but you don't see. It's not like minutely. So, and it'll be a little higher than it was yesterday. What's the view? He's loading it. But yeah, 600. I think because we published a couple of videos, probably like 670 something videos.
Yeah, it's at 13,744,174.
Did y'all hear that? Yeah, let me see. So total views on the channel is 13,744,174 views. August 3rd was the anniversary date, and then we're at 14,000 something subscribers. 480 or 380? Don't remember. You'll look. It's funny because we put them stats out and showed everybody, and then we lost 7 subscribers. Orange Smoke, what's going on? How are you doing? Did you survive?
15,446.
15,400 what?
46.
46. So. Were you just talking about SIGs? Not really. There's not a whole lot to say about SIGs. It's the gun you buy your ex. Wait to leave work. Yeah, you got what, another 20 minutes, don't you? It was hot, dude. It was fucking hot today. At like already 7 o'clock this morning, it was hot and humid. So how much will you make per 1 million views on shorts? I don't know. We haven't done the math. So we're like, when we started the live today, they had 4 or 5 commercials before the live actually started. We make money off of that now. How much? Not much. So, in a month or so, I'll share the numbers with you. But as of right now, I really don't know. I know some of the videos. So far, there's only been one video that's been non-monetized, and that was the live from Sunday. All the shorts and videos are either fully monetized or at least partially monetized. Digging in Wisconsin today, something smells weird over here. Yeah, I believe that. It is. It's probably, the wind's probably coming out of the east. So you're probably smelling what's ever in Minnesota is my guess. Where you were just saying that she can't take 4 inches. Nobody can take 4 inches.
But for videos, it's $3.07 for every 1,000 views.
So 3 videos is $3.70 per 1,000 views.
7 cents.
7 cents. So watch the videos, man. Yeah, even the old videos are monetized now. Which surprised me. I didn't know they did that, but nope. When we pull them up, it's either green dollar signs or it's yellow or amberish dollar signs. So they're all fully or partially monetized. So how this all works, I don't know, man.
I think only new views.
I think it's the first time in the 2 years of having this channel we have not had an active strike on the channel.
Yeah.
I think at one point back in January when we started doing lives, we had 0 strikes, and then I got 2 back to back. So every time you get a strike, it's 90 days. So 3 strikes, you're done. They take your shit. The smoke's bad here too. It's like foggy. It's hazy. You can smell the wood. You're further north
the
than
air
us.
quality index is 154 right now.
Yeah.
When our usual is like 34.
Yeah. I don't know. Did you hear that? I'll stop back after work and see if we're going. Yeah, we're gonna go. I don't know. Maybe 5:30ish, 5:20ish, somewhere right there. No, that's. You could almost think that, but it's from the wildfires in Canada. It's the wind's blowing out of the north, and it's hazy. Like yesterday when we went shooting, it was like we were driving through a grass fire. There was so much smoke. I mean, if it had been neighbor smoke, right, we'd be high as fuck.
Yeah. You show them that.
There, go ahead. Yep, you got me, Teddy. They're all fake. That's so we're kind of where that 154 is. So whole shitload of smoke blowing through on us. Teddy, you're man. We can't get nothing past you. I thought we'd be able to fool you. But Teddy, if you like firearms and you like video games, you should go to the channel because a lot of these are being shot in first person view.
These are not in Canada because, you know, they're 3 to 400 in the wildfire.
I haven't even looked. How big are the wildfires in Canada?
Oh,
Oh, dude. You know, I had people like, they were talking shit because they could hear me breathing the last few times we were shooting. Literally, it's hard to fucking breathe. Of course you're hearing an old fat guy fucking breathe heavy, you know?
This right there, you can see pretty much all of North America, and then you can see where the smoke's coming from. Go ahead, show. See how big the wildfires are.
I should pull them up. I haven't really looked. So that's the air quality showing the wildfires. I guess how big are them fires actually? I mean, they gotta be monstrous. I didn't realize they were that big.
Damn near the size of states or bigger.
It was all arson? How many different wildfires are burning? There's more than one, right? Is there like 7 of them or something?
Probably.
Twisty will know. I don't know how many it is. They gotta be massive, right?
It looks like it's over like 5 of their states or provinces or whatever they're called, Canada.
I mean, your guys' air quality's gotta be horrible, you know? Now it sucks here, man. I'm congested, it's hard to breathe. You get outside and then you add the humidity, the moistness, it's really hard to breathe. Must be from all those engineers and doctors in Canada starting the fires. Yeah, I don't know. I know it's pretty nuts. I don't think like maybe a few years ago now, there was some really big Canadian wildfires. And that was the first I ever really remember smelling smoke from Canadian wildfires. You know, I got some pretty impressive pictures that we took with sunsets and shit. But this year is worse. This year is worse than I could ever remember. All summer here, I've been smelling smoke constantly. And like D-Dog, he's up in Michigan, and he sent me pictures there and asking me if it was the same here. And yeah, it's the same. You know, orange smoke too. I mean, he's right up in there. So
Well, show that.
there's some in the prairies and out west.
Some, but it's not blowing.
I remember those
to us.
headlines like New York was bad as fuck. Yeah, it's bad.
It's predominantly Wisconsin, Michigan, New York are top 3 that are being hit in the U.S.
Yeah. It's horrible. I mean, there's nothing positive that comes out of all that, you know. And you're right. They gotta push the climate control agenda somehow, you know. But you know, it is what it is. A lot of forest just gone. That's got to be trillions of dollars that is taken out of the economy, you know, and just lumber, right? That's not to mention the property and what is being lost. I don't know. I mean, I'd imagine it's burning houses. It's got to be, right? Burning houses.
Yeah.
Weird, cause isn't it like moist in the summer? So why is shit burning when it should be green? That's that climate shit. You already asked that, didn't you? You were just talking about how she can't take 4 inches. She can't take 4 inches. I try to give her 2.5, and she says it's too much. It hurts. Makes her walk funny. Any woman that says they can take all 4 inches is a liar. funny he keeps coming back to that.
Yeah.
You wanna go see if the mail's here?
Yeah. Leroy. What is this?
It's the coldest summer and raining all the time this year. Really? How long is my thing? Dude, I'm working with just a Magnum. I mean, it's gotta be at least 2 inches. It's probably a good solid 2 inches without foreskin. Use 1 inch of it. That's more. I'm not even sure she could handle 1 inch. Yep, I know, man. It's sad, right? Yeah, it doesn't make sense. You know what? Part of you wonders, you know, once an area has been deforested, they're able to open it up for other things, right? Everybody would have a problem, you know, chopping down forests and building a mine or gold mining or stripping out the oil sand or something. But hey, if it's just burnt down forest, you gotta use it for something. So I don't know. It's weird. Like a lot of that shit in California is the same way. It's not obviously California, right? There's natural fires, but some of that shit doesn't make sense. I don't know how to say your name, but I'll say hello again. How are you doing? Thanks for showing up. Double tap the screen. You know, I always thought too that, like, and maybe I'm wrong, but I thought Canada had like an incredible, I don't even know the word, the smoke jumpers. You know, I thought they were some of the best around. Ooh, we got parts. I'm gonna quickly put something together here, and then we'll show you on camera. Go grab me a Gen 4 Glock.
I can't really get through because these.
Oof. Let's see what we got. Bill. Something from the DMV. Let's see. How long? I mean, we can take pictures of it if you want to see how long it is. You have to go on my OnlyFans page, though. Pull the slide off. I mean, this is something we should be doing an unboxing video on, huh?
Too late now.
Since what happened in 2011? What happened in? Oh, let me go back here. Not happy with the letter I got today. We were meant to be getting a letter saying when the Fukushima residents can go back, and they said the radiation levels are still way too high and haven't changed much. So you're in Japan. I guess that makes sense. The Rising Sun decal there. Hey, don't be swinging your little 4.5-inch pecker around here bragging about it, buddy. Like I said, I got 2 inches without foreskin. I mean, you're the type of guy who goes to the public showers and just walks around. Some of us like our back more than that. Ugh. Oh shit, I should open the side that was meant to be open.
Oh well.
That would have been like significantly easier. Fucking open. Cocksucker.
Here.
Oh, they got a fucking button on it, dude. What the fuck kind of bullshit is that? They got a fucking button on a box to take a box out. I can't press the button if you're pulling on it. Stop pulling on my 4 inches. Can't measure starting at the crack. Oh shit. That's how I was measuring too. So I don't even have 2 inches, dude. That just completely destroyed my self-esteem. All right, ink on it. Come on, kiddo. Pull like you mean it. What we got here? I mean, the packaging's outstanding. Optic screws.
Pain in the ass to get it out though.
Fuck, they could probably drop the price $50 if they cheapened up the package.
Probably.
Alright. I'm not gonna assemble the whole thing. We'll just kind of put it together. The frame. That spring. So we'll show you here in a second. I'll show you. We'll put it on camera. I'll have to black out the camera. Let's see. How do you pause this?
Maybe with the camera thing.
The
Yeah.
pause. Okay.
Or we can always move.
Put a shell in there. Oh, we got it. Never mind. I'll unpause it for a second, and you can see it. There it goes. And once you get a good look at it there, we'll put it on its side and let you take another good look at it. Mine's like Bart Simpson in the Simpsons movies. Yeah. Miguel, how are you doing? Appreciate you stopping in. Double tap the screen, put some likes up on it. Mine's like Chan's in The Hangover. Yeah, that's normal, isn't it? When I saw his wiener, I was like, Jesus Christ, how does he walk around with that? That poor guy gets a hard on and passes out. All right, we're gonna pause it again. We'll do a side view of this. That was paused when I did that, right?
Yeah. Well, life's still on.
So, all right. I think you can see the side view. It'll come back on in a
Maybe
second.
it's
Oh,
low.
all right. Hold on. We gotta pause it again. Jesus Christ. This isn't my day job, you know. But there you go. Now you'll be able to see it. Does support and accelerate the wear? It's hard on barrels, I'm not gonna lie. But it's something we're gonna try. See how it works out. Thank you to AIM Surplus for that. Unlike other companies, when they said they were gonna do something, they actually did it. No, they I don't think they charge less. But that's their barrel, their slide, and other internal parts. I'm thinking they have a company now that they deal with called SCT. They make frames, and they're cheap. They're cheap. You just have to check it out. But I think we're going to go ahead and accept one of them as well, and this will turn into a completely clone build. And the goal of it is at dollar value, it'll be the same dollar value as a RXM or a Dagger. It'll be the exact same cost. What finish is on the barrel looks very, yeah, it's a polished stainless steel. But at the end of the day, cost it'll be pretty much the same as a Dagger and RXM, but you'll have a performance Safari slide. You'll have a ported barrel and a different lower. We have a request out there for a standard barrel and a request for a ported threaded barrel. So something to look forward to. I mean, you saw it here first. At what point I don't know, or I don't know when we'll show it. They're going to do some testing with it first. So that slide, you can use any guide rod you want, Gen 1, Gen 2, Gen 3, or the Gen 4. If you use the Gen 3 and down, you have to get the adapter because it's machined out for the Gen 4. But what's in there right now, I believe, is a stainless 15 pound. Like I said, this is just pulling something apart and putting it together because it just showed up. I mean, legitimately, as we were on the live, it got dropped off. So, but we'll do some testing with that. I want to see. So, like I said, the goal of the project is one, to review the product, right? And to deal with the company. We met them at GunCon. They're a nice company. They're great people. We initially declined their products. There was another company that we were trying to work with, and it just fell a little short. I would still really like to work with that company, but time's precious, and we already spent a lot of time waiting on them, and we wanted to move forward on this option of should you buy a Dagger, should you buy an RXM, should you something else. So the idea behind it is that's the dollar amount. What's the most performance you can get for that money? Can you buy something that's going to hold up and be the same money but 10 times better performance, more accuracy, whatever? I don't know. We're going to find out. So that's what that's here for. Like I said, part of it, we want to experiment with the different barrels, right? I'm sorry, I said 2 barrels. We actually requested 3 more barrels. One's a standard barrel, one's a ported threaded barrel, so you get a comp on the ports, and then the other one is just a threaded barrel. So we put that request out, and they'll be coming. So, but it'll be neat to compare, bang for your dollar. Is it worth putting something together yourself? Is it worth buying something like a Dagger and building it or whatever? But I mean, ultimately, it's going to be that same money, if not a little bit less, when you're all said and done, than what you could buy an RXM or a Dagger for. So, kind of interesting concept. I hope it works. I hope that it performs. But we're gonna find out. It'll be for a comp, so it's going to be, like I said, it's going to be kind of a performance-based build, right? More or less, if somebody wanted, a race gun, but you're race gunning on a budget. The Nambus are nice guns. Not a very common thing to see here in the United States, but I have held some. I've never fired one, but I've held them. I've played with them. You gotta appreciate the era that Japanese manufacturing was in. I mean, they were a leader for a long time, and things happen, but they.
For the most part, this is the best we got here. Closest.
We're not gonna put it out there.
No.
But it has ports already, ports and a comp in one setup. Absolutely, ports and comp in one setup. So we are gonna push it as far as we can. So be able to compare a comp to a ports and comps to a standard barrel, and then ports and comp on one barrel compared to everything else. Now, understand, is it going to run with factory ammunition? Probably not the best. Again, a budget race gun build. That's the goal. Can you get a race gun performance out of something that was, you know, Palmetto State price? Orange Smoke for the win. We appreciate you. More fuel to break them. Yeah, we appreciate it. Like I said, I send you footage of Harley engaged directly because I'm worried about getting hit on a strike for Harley's footage. We have Steel Challenge in 2 weeks, so she'll be wearing the camera for that. If she were here, she'd be all kinds of excited right now. Do a thumbs up on that. There you go. But yeah, I'm also curious to see, like, is there a difference in feel between that and the Shadow? That SCT frame I was talking about has similar texture and profile as the Shadow does. The Shadow system, I'm sorry. So, if you're curious or whatever, there'll be things coming out in the weeks moving forward. There's sights here for it. It's obviously milled for a red dot, which, again, I don't have red dots to put on it. We were hoping that Gideon Optics would be coming through in a reasonable time. That was part of why that build was coming. But whatever. Who needs Gideon Optics? So it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see the difference between the ports and the comp. So, like in major, if you want to have a really good major gun, they're all ported and comp together, and you do increase your powder charges to accommodate for the lack of or the loss of velocity. So yeah, it'll be interesting. So we'll probably do some initial shots, and then we'll put some time on it, and get a round cone on it. Partially, one, to see if the barrels hold up, see if the slide holds up, and see if that frame holds up. So it'll be interesting to see for sure. But we were, like I said, we were looking forward to another company that was going to provide some slides, so it was going to be a neat comparison, but that just didn't happen. Yeah, because the CZP-10C ported is making waves. A lot of them guns are really making waves, you know. To one end of you, like, how much of an area do you need for comp or ports to work, you know? That barrel has, what is it, 4 on each side? Go look, is it 4 on each side or 3 on each? I think it's 4. So it's got 8 ports on that barrel.
Yeah, it's 4.
So, on each side, yeah.
Yeah.
That same company, Aim Surplus, they have, I think they call it just the tip, just the JTP, and it's barrel sticks out from the gun a little bit, and they machined it out. There's no, like, the radiant compensator or nothing on there, and they say they're getting performance out of that. You know, any of that stuff, it's all available for us to get a hold of and test. We just have to ask them for it. Like I said, well, there's 8 holes. Well, yeah, technically 9, 10, because you got the chamber too. That's enough holes for all of us. We could all, like, take a hole. Ooh. Good thing nobody's packing a Magnum, because it wouldn't be enough for everybody. I'm more curious to see how it actually holds up over the course of some time. You know. I know that PSA we have is dog shit. So there's not a higher expectation. Like anything over a dog turd, so even a dog turd that turned white is better than a PSA. But they do have slides and stuff that fit their PSAs. So I haven't decided if we're gonna go that route either. But all them options are on the table. We just have to tell them what we want, right?
Yeah.
But so that's obviously it's a Glock 17 size slide, full size. I was actually kind of, for the first time ever, I was kind of wishing I had a Glock 19. Because it would be interesting. One thing we'll be able to see too, is because I have a chronograph, we'll be able to see how much velocity you're actually losing with ports. Ports you lose velocity. 8 ports, I don't know. I mean, that's got to take a pretty substantial whack at the velocity, I would assume.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's probably like shooting a 3-inch barrel. And we all know 3 inches is too much. But Orange Smoke, how are you doing, man? Made it through Monday. Did you eat supper yet? You gotta cook? Oh, Sancho, how are you doing? It's been a little while since we saw you. I caught you in somebody's live, I think a week or two ago, but yeah, how are you? How's everything been going with you? I haven't been real consistent on doing lives. I've been trying to get 2 in a week. Last week I couldn't make it work. I think we did 1. Chanson, what's going on? How are you doing? We should move that. I'm gonna black this camera out again for a second. So, excuse me. I wanna move this slide around so you can see it. There you go. That should be in frame, right? Just driving home and listening. Gonna stop and pick up some chicken. There you go. Where in Wisconsin were you at? You don't have to tell me. I'm just curious. But yeah, Chanson, I'm glad to see you. What's going on with you? How are you doing? Did you get that staccato in that you were talking about? Pretty good. Just been busy. That's all right, El Sancho. It's good to be busy. You know, beats the alternative. Superior. There you go. That air was really bad. Did you see the map? Were you pull that map up again? Did you see that air quality map we showed? The rear sight. I can show you. Right there's the rear sight and the whole assembly. You know, one thing I didn't see is that gold piece. Where's that package?
I don't know. I didn't take.
Check, make sure it didn't fall.
Well, right now I'm showing the air quality map.
That looks like we're missing a piece. Oh no, oh no. That was the only part that I actually paid for. You can wiggle it in front of the camera. That was the only part I actually paid for. they had really cool. They had Glock 19 slides that were titanium nitrided, so they look gold. And I really kind of wanted to get one of them. It's a Safari. Yeah, it's a Safari. So that's going to be a budget Zev clone build. We have barrels yet coming. There's a standard barrel, no ports, no threads. Then there's supposed to be a ported and a threaded barrel coming, and then just a threaded barrel. So, on the shadow system, yeah, that's just a standard shadow system. The gun and camera right now with the ports, that's it's a Glock frame with a Safari slide and a AIM surplus barrel. They're great people. We met them at GunCon. So we initially turned down their products. We were trying to work with another company, and life happens. They just, I think their priorities shifted a little, so we went back to another thing. That's in the ballpark you're going to want to be. More gas, the better. So for us reloading, it won't be a major load, but it'll be hot. It'll be with a slow powder, so there'll be lots and lots of gas. And that's the idea. I don't know that I would try to run major through a Glock frame. Now we get that other frame, the SCT. Yeah, we'll run some major through it and just see what happens. But I don't want to destroy my frame. You know what I mean? I'll destroy a different frame. I'm cool with that. You know what I mean? I'm not going to shoot it in my hand. We'll definitely tie it down to a bench and shoot it. But all right, Orange Smoke, I appreciate you. Yeah, we'll be on for a little bit yet, so I might miss you. Oh, damn it, Leroy. Gassy, dirty, and hot. Yeah, it's gonna be dirty. So we'll have to figure out something to put on there. It's gonna have to be budget friendly. Like I said, the whole idea of that is to be in that price range of an RXM/Dagger with a gun that performs 10 times better. So on my way to Little Caesars. There you go. I mean, I hope you're not eating Little Caesars, but your kids probably will. How's the Scorpion? My Scorpion? With the squib, we didn't. That was in the MP5 and the PTR. My Scorpion's still sitting in the safe. I haven't changed the barrel. I have the barrel here. I don't have the socket, but I'm kind of waiting now. I might as well wait till January and just get the free stamp and do an SBR. Any 9mm PCC should be at least a 10-inch. 16-inch barrels do not work good for 9mm PCCs. There's just not enough power there. And I can tell you that because I've destroyed several of them now.
Yeah.
You know, I can honestly say
That's 4, I think, now?
I've destroyed four 9mm PCCs in the last 3 years.
2.
2?
Okay. No, 3.
3?
This is my 3rd year shooting. Yeah, 3 years.
Yeah, 3 years, 4 PCCs. So that's fine. That instills confidence. I mean, and the fact of the matter is, the truth of it is if any one of them had been in a shorter than 16-inch barrel, you wouldn't have issues with them at all. But 9mm is not a cartridge that was designed for a 16-inch barrel. You know, even in the submachine guns, it's designed for a short barrel. I'm the common Dominic. See, now I could say that if I had loaded all the ammunition, but some of it's been factory ammunition. I think the difference is we probably shoot more than a lot of people, but maybe it's me. You know, maybe. You know, right? Maybe.
Doubt it.
I doubt it, but you know, even the kids sitting here, saying I doubt it, because it's shoot a lot. I don't know. some of it I don't know, man. I would love to say that it was brand specific, or that it was stuff that I loaded, or that it was something I did wrong, and it's not. It's just it happened, you know. So I think ultimately it comes down to 9mm, not a 16-inch cartridge. You know, it works good in a 10-inch gun. It works good in a 12-inch gun. It works good in a 3-inch or 6-inch or anything else. But in a full length, it's not that way. How many squids have I had in my lifetime? I don't know. Half dozen, maybe dozen, somewhere in there. You know, couple reloads, but usually it's in PCCs. You know, there's been a couple that were my fault, new presses and stuff. Yep, absolutely, I did that. But like, the squibs in a handgun will clear the barrel. Or generally, the rounds that we're having issues with in the PCC, if it was in a pistol, because we were running the stuff in pistols, it's fine. You have no issues at all. But in the 16-inch barrels, it's not enough power, man. So I don't know. I shoot it a lot. You know, when we had the squib with the PTR, I didn't even really realize it was a squib until the second shot was fired. It was soft ammo. It was 147 grain Blazer, so it wasn't like we were expecting Magnum performance, but it was stuff that should have worked good in a PCC. It should have. And the first shot was soft, like I expected it to be. I saw a piece of brass extract, so I didn't think nothing of it. The second shot was definitely not the same. But, you know, it happens. You know, my Scorpion, with it bulge in the barrel, I don't even know when that happened. I couldn't tell you when it happened. No idea. You know, I don't know if it happened the day I got the gun or year number 2. We were shooting it a lot for a couple of years, and then one day the accuracy fell way off, and it's like, all right, maybe it's time to clean the gun. So I cleaned the gun. I'm looking down the barrel to make sure it's clean, and I could see a dark ring. I'm like, what the fuck is that? And I cleaned it a little more. Well, it did come out. And I started really looking at it, and I started looking at the barrel, and the barrel's bulged. So when that happened, I don't know. No idea. You know, was it a squib in there? Yeah, definitely. That's why it bulged the barrel. The second round impacted. You know. So I can tell you, I didn't know it happened. You know. Was a squib in your barrel, or are you just? I'm just happy to see you, man. Swinging that little bulge around. You know, the thing is, the Scorpion still shoots okay, but it, like, at 25 yards, it would shoot consistently half-inch, you know, off a bench. At 25 yards, it would shoot a half-inch group with just about any ammunition we'd put in it. And then it went from a half-inch to about a 2-inch group. About maybe an inch and a half.
Which still for 9mm at 25
Which, yeah,
yards.
still isn't horrible. And it was still, I mean, we were still shooting the gun. It was okay. We were still using it for Steel Challenge. It was okay. But, you know, one day we were out and we were looking at the logs and we were looking at the groups we shot with it. We busted some ammunition out because I thought it was just ammo related. We busted previous tested ammo that shot good out of the gun. Same box, you know, it's just stuff we shot our 10 round groups with. And we went back and that was the best it shot. So I'm like, well, the gun needs to be clean, no big deal. And the only reason we were sitting at the bench that day was because we were re-zeroing the gun for Steel Challenge. You know, went home, looked at it, cleaned it, and holy shit, it's got a bulged barrel. You know, one AR-9, we knew that happened. It was the same thing. The round didn't have enough oomph to get out of the barrel, and the second round impacted it, and it was a squib, destroyed the barrel. So that was nice. I'll be honest though, if you're gonna destroy a barrel in a PCC, the AR9s are absolutely the ones to do it to, because they're cheap to replace. They're less than 100 cheeseburgers. You can buy a replacement AR9 barrel. Like the Scorpion barrel was like almost 200 cheeseburgers. The PTR, I don't know what that would cost for a barrel. That barrel's fine. That barrel never bulged. We did get the obstructions out of it. The bolt and the rollers, the ramp, look fine. We put a replacement extractor in it, and the gun functions. We haven't put it on paper yet to see. I don't think accuracy has been affected, but we haven't put it on paper to confirm. But it functions. So if it doesn't shoot like it did, that will be a gun show, see you later type thing. So if you're at a gun show and you see a really smoking deal on a PTR, and next 4 or 5 months, maybe pass on it. But yeah, blew the extractor out, and I took a bunch of brass to my face. I had some shit in my eye. But all right, man, you go to bed. I'm gonna be out of here. Do like a 5-minute warning. We'll kill it. But I appreciate you, Rubbish. I appreciate you stopping in and joining the chat, engaging, watching the shorts, the videos. I'm thankful to have people like you on the channel. So sincerely, I do appreciate you, and you have a good night, man. Sorry if I'm making you repeat yourself, but just wondering, what's your opinion on porter versus compensator? So, ports and a comp are real similar to function, right? The difference is the compensator doesn't take any velocity from the projectile. It happens after the barrel. The ports take velocity away. You're stripping velocity. I don't know if one's better than the other. I don't know if I have really a strong opinion either way. I don't think either one is maybe the right choice for a carry gun, but it could be. For open guns, a lot of people do both. So I need to send my main gun in, and when it's in there, I'm going to have them do some poppables in it too. But you lose velocity. So, do ports work better than a comp? I don't think so. Do comps work better? Maybe part of it is some of the comps, they do angle them so they not only direct the gas up, right, but they also do help pull the gun back forward, where all the ports I've ever seen have all been vertical cuts, so there's going to be nothing to pull the gun forward. And also a lot of comps, they'll have the baffles on the side, which again will help stabilize left to right, front and back. So I think if you're looking for something to make a better shooter, or to make it maybe be able to return faster, a comp is probably better than ports. But I think ports are the cheaper of the two systems to go to. Right?
Yeah.
I don't know. And keep in mind, I don't know how that setup's going to run. I don't know if it's going to run good, if it's going to run bad. I don't know if it's going to split the frame. I have no idea. So I was thinking of getting the complete slide from Safari Precision with what they call the blowhole. Yeah, that's for the Glock 19. So are you familiar with AIM Surplus? If you're not, look them up. They're in Ohio. We met them at GunCon, and it's just like the name sounds. AIM, AIM Surplus. They're the source, man, for that type of stuff. They have a massive inventory. They have a massive inventory, and they ship extremely fast, and you know, their communication is good. Yeah, look them up. So I would love to offer you a code, but I don't have one yet for them. So in the future here, we probably will. Little Timmy, yep, those are real. So, little Timmy, do us a favor, man. Double tap that screen if you like firearms. Where are we at? Shut up. So we're gonna do a couple minute warning here at 5:30. We're gonna go ahead and end this. It's been kind of a slow day. Like everything on YouTube, you never know if it's gonna be just killing it or if it's gonna be kind of slow. But slow is okay. That means people are doing other things and sitting around watching videos. So that's alright. It's good to see. Hopefully people are doing good things and fun things.
2105 is it?
But yeah, like I was saying, we have that build that's going to be being processed here or put together. If you guys are interested on, you know, what type of, you want to get a Glock type firearm, maybe something like a Dagger or an RXM. What are your options for that price range? The frame and slide you see sitting there is going into that category. Performance build at a budget. That's what we know. So we don't have a lot of you guys in here. But if you haven't, man, double tap that screen. We appreciate it. We appreciate you guys' support. You know, make sure you're out shooting, enjoying the sport. Share the sport with somebody you care about. Be an ambassador to it. Always encourage others to do things the right way. So, with that, I'm going to catch all of you another time. I appreciate you hanging out and listening to me ramble. So that's the thing, right? This, I don't know. That's part of what we're going to be able to test. The comps you screw onto a gun are going to add weight to the muzzle. So weight to the muzzle makes the gun heavier, makes the gun recoil less. The comps you screw on are generally angled or directed versus like the blowholes. So I don't know. What works the best, I don't know. That's something that as we move forward we'll be testing just for curiosity, for my own curiosity. I'm curious about it. You know, I'm a little curious, guys. Don't judge. You know, it's not like I'm gonna start wearing a dress and heels. I just want to give it that good college try. So we'll be able to find out. You'll be able to find out with us. Twisty, I appreciate you hanging out, man. You guys have a good day. El Sancho, I will see you another time, hopefully. It was good to see you. It's been a little while. Orange Smoke must still be in getting his chicken. Any of you other guys that are still here, you know, John Wangster, whatnot. I appreciate all of you, and hopefully we'll see you all another time. Goodbye.